love's for beginners. Ain't no winners, it slips through your fingers. I ain't telling no lies. So F all the drama, F the karma. Just do what you wanna. Promise you got time. Be you and keep looking forward. Don't you look backwards and you'll be fine. Come through and say what you need to. Don't let them put you down. Baby, let me tell you what it feels like. Being independent, no trouble inside. It's like magic, living like a bad bitch. 'Cause baby, you deserve the best in life. Let me tell you what it feels like. Being no one's mama, yeah, do yourself right. It's like magic, living like a bad bitch. 'Cause baby, you deserve the best in life. Come get your future. Know you wanna, she'll never betray ya. She ain't telling no lies. So break the glass ceiling, find your meaning, make truth out of dreaming. Yeah. Baby, let me tell you what it feels like. Being independent, no trouble inside. It's like magic, living like a bad bitch. 'Cause baby, you deserve the best in life. Let me tell you what it feels like. Being no one's mama, yeah, do yourself right. It's like magic, living like a bad bitch. 'Cause baby, you deserve the best in life. Be you and keep looking forward. Don't you look backwards and you'll be fine. Come through and say what you need to. Don't let them put you down. Baby, let me tell you what it feels like. Being independent, no trouble inside. It's like magic, living like a bad bitch. 'Cause baby, you deserve the best in life. Let me tell you what it feels like. Being no one's mama, yeah, do yourself right. It's like magic, living like a bad bitch. 'Cause baby, you deserve the best in life.
Hello, everyone. How's everyone today? Happy Valentine's, Galentine's. Galentine's to all my fabulous singles, and Valentine's to everyone sharing the day with their special someone. But I say Valentine's is just a day of showing love to whoever you love, even if it's not a romantic partner. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day. So I did actually have a date lined up, but I was talking to this guy, and he, in the middle of a conversation, he was like, "Yeah, I know. I was listening to da da da." He basically like name dropped one of these, um, like manosphere, weird Andrew Tate style dating coaches, and literally the second he said that name, I just like unmatched. I was like, absolutely hell no. Single is single is better than stress free, and I'm not dating Andrew Tate style fanboys. No, thank you very much. So I enjoyed a nice glass of wine with a nice meal by myself because, honey, I don't need that stress in my life. Thank you very much. Right. Let me see who's in the chat. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. Would much rather spend the evening with my favorite squadron, other than a weirdo that listens to podcaster dating coaches. No, thank you. Thank you so much, J Law, for becoming a member. Welcome to the members club. Much appreciated. Welcome everybody coming into the chat. Yeah, some interesting, funny, weird things happening in these royal streets. I'm telling you, Harry and Meghan got that, Meghan especially, that protective juju, right? We now know that she's part Nigerian, so now we understand what's going on. Because sis got that ancestral protection. It is almost becoming like it just can't be an accident at this point. It really just can't be an accident. What's going on? It's just hit after hit after hit. Things keep happening to these Harry and Meghan haters. Like at this point, I would just be scared to say anything. Yes, Linda, dodge the bullet right there. We do not need incels in our life. So we don't need none of that stress. Oh, thank you, Sunshine. Happy Valentine's to all my singletons. Well, I actually got some very, very nice piece of news this Valentine's Day. Do you guys want to know what it is? Drum roll, please. We now have a new member in our family. It's a she, has 4 legs, is very furry, and has whiskers. So our family has adopted a cat. And this is me FaceTiming with the cat today. And she is called Shy. Everybody say hello to Shy. She is a tabby and a house cat. And we were on the adoption register for some time actually. But it took them a while to actually find a pet that was suitable for us. And I think having a house cat is the best option. So very happy to have this new addition. She is 3 years old, and I cannot wait to see her when I go back to the UK. Yeah, Faith, I'm here for the juju too. This is why, do you know something? All of you who are like, I don't want to watch the coronation, I don't want to see Charles. I feel like you're gonna miss a show. I am 100% watching that coronation. I'm watching the stuff during the pre-coronation, during the coronation, the after party of the coronation. Heck, I'm even gonna watch the Windsor concert because let me tell you, the ancestors are doing something. Joseph, you said, I hear the flutter of chickens coming home to roost. Indeed. Oh. Okay, so let's get into it, shall we? Oh, okay. First of all, before we even get into royal news, I came across something really interesting. I learned something today about American high schools. So, growing up, thanks to Hollywood and Disney, I always assumed that all American high schools were really, really big, and you all had, like high schools that, were just like modern day castles. This is massive. What I didn't know was that your schools, from what I now understand, are funded by property taxes in the area. So in some areas you got much better schools than in others. And this particular school, in one state, has gone viral because they have everything from a planetarium to a studio where they create the school has their own news channel. They've got a bookstore. They've also got this part of the school where they learn mechanics. So they've actually got cars that come in. That is something that I've never even seen in schools in the UK. I think that's amazing. Like people should be learning these trades. So I learned something new, that not all American schools look like High School Musical. Very fascinating. The more you know. Yes, Bonnie, the kitty is indeed beautiful. Can't wait to see her. I didn't actually ask my sister why she called her shy, but I'm just assuming it's because the cat is shy. Right. Um, On to the next thing. Bethany Frankel. Bethany Frankel, for whatever reason, I think it's a sickness, cannot keep other women's names out of her mouth. And she really just can't stop criticizing other women for no damn reason. So she came online and said that Rihanna's Super Bowl performance was not that great. She then, for whatever reason, compared her to Pink. Rihanna and Pink are just two different artists, completely. Don't know why you have to stand here and compare women. And this is the same Bethany Frankel who got roasted by Omarosa. If you have not seen the roasting that Omarosa gave to Bethany Frankel, I want you to pause this podcast, go and watch that roasting, and then come back. Omarosa can coon around sometimes, but the way she roasted Bethany Frankel is why, doesn't matter how much she coons, I will always forgive her. And one of the things that Omarosa said in this roasting was, I would like to see you back here on this chair in 10 years, Bethany. And guess what? Bethany's show was cancelled within a year. So that was her own TV show. And just 2 weeks ago, her show with Kevin O'Leary also got cancelled. This woman is not likable at all. She cannot hold an audience, and yet she wants to talk on other women all the time, including, of course, Meghan. She has said many nasty things about Meghan. She had a whole meltdown on TikTok about Meghan. She is trying really hard to get people's attention, to forward some kind of career as, I guess, some kind of provocateur, but it's just failing. And um, listen, when you're that ugly on the inside, it starts to show on the outside. Patty J, so true. You worked at a high school for 26 years and we had it all just like that. Yeah, I really thought that that was how all American schools were. Mad World, and yes, property taxes, but the property taxes seems to be pumped into wealthier schools. Yeah, very unequal. All right. Ginger Lily, Bethany's colleagues on Real Housewives cannot stand her. Yes, I saw a tweet from someone who I think represents reality TV stars who had worked with her, and he said that she was nasty, that a lot of her ex colleagues on the show did not like her, and that she was one of the worst people that they had worked with. Trinette, you said Bethany Frankel is a clout chaser. She's nothing and can't get noticed without insulting a woman for doing better than herself. Exactly. If it were not for her constantly going after other women, I wouldn't even know who she is. I didn't even know that she had a show with O'Leary. Some of you are asking where you can find the roast of Bethany. Just type in Omarosa and Bethany Frankel. Yes, Marina, her and Meghan Kelly are the same, not likable individuals. And then she tried to attach herself to Meghan's ex-husband. Truly vile. All right, on to the next thing. Yeah, another hater. Rinder, Robert Rinder, Judge Robert Rinder. This guy. Back in December of 2022, he had a rant about Harry and Meghan for accepting the Human Rights Awards and taking money to have a gripe at their family, which is not what Harry and Meghan have done at all. Speaking your truth isn't taking a gripe at anyone, especially when they've been responsible for your abuse. And then he also said, when there are people who spent their lives campaigning for freedom. Well, I think Harry and Meghan have done a lot with Archwell throughout their lives, so I don't see why they shouldn't be given an award. You know, people contribute to humanitarianism in different ways. And so just yesterday, he was rushed to hospital. I will say nothing at all. Bethany wishes she had Rihanna's billions of dollars. She wishes she had Rihanna's life, but that will never happen in a billion years. Yeah, so searches for Rihanna's Fenty Beauty went through the roof after the Super Bowl performance. So I don't think Rihanna is too worried about who did and didn't think her Super Bowl performance was good. And you know what? In reflection now, actually, now that I've had a little bit more time to think about it, I think there was such a beauty in Rihanna's performance in that it was just her. And I think it was her just saying, you know what? I am enough. I am Rihanna. I am that B, and that's it. I am all I need, and I'm gonna just give you me. Yes, Maureen, African ancestors karma. On a serious note, though, I'm not someone that wishes bad on anyone. I let God decide what's going to happen. But there does seem to be this very strange trend of people who have come after Harry and Meghan, and things keep happening to them. So you got this guy now who's had a prolapsed disc. You had Eamon Holmes who said that Harry should be thrown off a balcony, who then hurt his back. You had Sarah Vine, who said that she had a niggling feeling about Harry and Meghan's marriage, who ended up getting a divorce. There was the other woman, was it not Jane Noir? I think it was someone else. I forget her name. One of these, I think, on Loose Women. She also is getting a divorce. The other one recently, who's now separated. I forget her name. Was it Vanessa something? She's on Good Morning Britain sometimes, separating with her boyfriend of, I think they've been together for like 13 years. Who else? I know I'm missing some. Help me out in the comments here. Oh, Jeremy Clarkson, of course. He's now having issues with business, people walking out of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. There was the other one recently who got ill. I forget his name. So I just think, you know what? Keep Harry and Meghan out your mouths, because there's a I just think it's strange. I am very spiritual, and I do think that, you know, words are magic. So, you know, when you're yes, girl Lewis, Victoria Victoria Arbiter lost her eyelashes and her job. Yeah, I just think that when you wish bad on people who have so many prayers said for them on the daily, when you speak badly of people who have done nothing wrong, absolutely nothing wrong, even if you disagree with Harry and Meghan speaking out against their family, it's not your family to feel so offended about. And it's nothing that I think warrants the amount of hatred that they should get. And certainly with Meghan, the hatred has been manufactured because of a smear campaign. Anna Marie, people just can't stand seeing Harry and Meghan happy and doing well. Yeah, it really just, um, I don't understand it. You know, I feel like you should be inspired by people doing well, and doing well because they've done good things. You know, Harry and Meghan aren't rich from doing bad, nefarious things. They're rich from inspiring people, from creating content that inspires people, from telling their truth. So why wouldn't you be inspired by that? No, not all of us are gonna get a Montecito castle one day, but you can still be inspired to do something that betters your life in some way. And that's what I feel when I look at Harry and Meghan. I don't feel jealous at all. Like I aspire to having a relationship and a marriage as beautiful as that. I aspire to working hard so that I can have some great projects out in the world. I aspire to leaving my mark in a positive way. I aspire to giving back to my community. I think there's really got to be something ugly inside of you if you can look at two people doing good and just have so much hate in your heart. I don't understand it. Eamon Holmes fell down the stairs. Did he actually fall down the stairs? After saying that, I couldn't remember the reason why it was that he hurt his back. Okay, it's because he fell down the stairs. Literally after saying that Harry should be thrown off a balcony. I'm telling you, and I'm sure you'll agree with me, Valerie. Words are a spell, right? And spells can backfire. That's why you keep people out of your mouth. Right. Oh, I think somebody dropped a comment about something. Oh, Trinity said, if everyone could pray for the father of my daughter, that would be great. His elder son died of a hit and run last week. Second vehicle that hit him fled the scene. I am so sorry about that, Trinette. And yes, please, everybody send their prayers. And I hope they find that person and you get justice. How absolutely horrid. Please pray for our squaddy, everyone. I'm so sorry about that, my dear. Gosh. Is I think that in situations like that, you're just better off handing yourself into the police because the fact that the person is now gone, you know, now you're taking authorities' time, you're hurting people, you've already hurt someone's family, and now you're just dragging on the process. I hope they find that person, and I'm very sorry for you. Right. On to the next thing. Camilla. Now, it came out that Camilla has Mr. C, apparently. Someone okay, actually, before I get onto that, let me just address this first. So there's a website or a Twitter page called Popbase, and they posted this about Camilla testing positive. And a Lava Blue responded to this saying, this site constantly sniped at Meghan for years, but suddenly closed their comments for this tweet. I want to know who is behind this account. Very good question. Because Popbase posts a lot about pop culture. And I don't know why they would be concerned about blocking off the comment section specifically for a post about Camilla. That is very strange to me. I don't see them um, switching off comments very often. I mean, this is a Twitter page that posts about the Kardashians, about pop culture. So why they would specifically turn off the comments for Camilla? Maybe they were quite nasty. But they wouldn't turn off the comment section if they post something about Meghan and the comments are nasty. I want to know who's behind that account as well. Right. But as I was going to say, people are speculating over whether or not the whole Mr. C thing is even true because someone posted this on the Daily Fail comments. Yes, she was on our flight on Friday to Antigua. They were both very doting to their younger children, which was nice to see. Parker Bowles' clan were also on the flight. Great place. I don't know. This has been going around quite a lot. I don't know if I believe this because I don't believe that they would take a passenger jet on holiday. I believe that they would fly private. But if it is true and she's gone on holiday, mind you, it is half term. Um, if they're trying to use Mr. C as a cover up, I think that is yeah, that is what you know what I'm going to say. I think that obviously for security reasons, if they were going to go away, they they wouldn't want to um, tell anybody where the royals have gone. That's pretty much standard protocol. But if they were using Mr. C to try and cover it up, that doesn't look good. But I guess we'll see. I haven't seen any pictures. I did see somebody else tweeting about this who also claimed that they are in Antigua. And when I posted, has anybody got any pictures? Nobody has responded to me yet. So we'll wait and see if any pictures do come out or if this is true. But I don't know. This is purely speculation. Let me just say, I don't know if Camilla has gone to Antigua or not. Um, but yeah, that is that. But I also do find it weird that this is what her second or third time getting Mr. C. Elaine, she cancelled all her engagements for a week. Yeah. Faya, you can find out if she was in Antigua. I can WhatsApp my brother and sister-in-law and ask if she was there. Yeah. If he sees a strange object floating along the beach, please do tell us. We need on the ground intel. And if he has any pictures, send them to me first. I don't pay as much as the Daily Fail. But I will promise to be fair in my reporting. Please send them to me if you have any pictures of Camilla floating along the beach. Yeah, we need people on the ground to see if they've been. Should I tweet that on Twitter? If anyone is in Antigua, please let us know if you spot a strange object going down the beach. Okay, what else was I going to mention? Oh yes, so Richard Palmer, who can't mind his own business, he actually responded to me one time. I think I must have posted something like, "You need Meghan to pay your bills," and he responded by saying, "Who?" Like he doesn't know who the woman is who pays his bills. Anyway, so he tweeted, "I'm all for public and media scrutiny of the royal family, but the debate on all sides has become so toxic now it's a disgrace. The reaction from some on Twitter to Queen Camilla going down with Mr. C should give many people, including her stepson Prince Harry, food for thought." I have no idea why he's bringing Harry into this. Has to bring Harry into it. But Richard Palmer has had nothing to say about the 5-6 year smear campaign that was levied against Meghan and her husband. Nothing to say about that. But all of a sudden, he has something to say about people just dropping shady jokes on Twitter. I do think these royal reporters are fighting for their lives. They know that the money train is going to stop choo-chooing very soon. I don't think that these royal reporters have very long. A couple of years at the most. And if they want to keep this train going, I believe that eventually they will have to turn on the other royals. They have no access now. They can only report when Harry and Meghan put something out. And sometimes they go long periods of time without putting things out. You haven't seen Meghan literally since what? The Netflix documentary dropped and they were at the Humanitarian Awards. So they are waving around that cup with change in it to get more pennies. After this, I will love at them. Oh, yes. This is my Gmail. It's auntymalambo@gmail.com. You guys ever want to send me anything, send me that email. I am terrible at checking it. Let me just say, if I don't respond straight away, it's not because I'm ignoring you, it's because I hardly ever check it. But I'm going to start doing a better job of doing that. And Lewis, releasing strange objects, travel to Antigua on a balloon. Yeah, it's actually Camilla and the Bowles family in those strange balloons floating around the US. It's really them. It's not China. China is just a cover up. Camilla and her family. Thank you so much, Lucy Wynn. Yes, thumbs up and subscribe, please. Yeah, Kim. What does Harry have to do with Camilla getting Mr. C from 5,000 miles away? Madness. Yes, B10 pal. That's what they do. They don't report the news. They make up news um, for attention. Right. On to the next thing. Um, the next thing. Oh, yes. The crown for the clowning, which is what I'm calling it. The clowning. So they're going to reuse a different crown for Camilla for the clowning. They're not using the crown with the infamous is it Koh-i-Noor diamond? Apparently there's also a crown with this particular diamond that is a replica, and they're not even going to use the replica. Listen, I don't care which crown they use, it's probably going to have stolen jewels in it or acquired by stolen wealth. So the idea that she's somehow avoiding controversy by reusing another crown which is probably priceless while people can't heat their homes. You're still throwing a massive party at a time of deep political turmoil in this country. Zig out. You just saw the title. Yeah, I decided to be shady with the title today. Ah, yes, Jan Moore and Vanessa Phelps. Yes, right. Um, Next thing I wanted to mention. So we all remember when the Unroyals tried to take control of the footage from the Queen's funeral. And I said at the time, nobody owns history. All the footage that was taken belongs to the history books. And so I do encourage you, if you are going to watch Charles's coronation or any of the coronation activities, try if you can to put as much of it on record as possible. And the reason I say this is because there were many occasions during the Queen's funeral when Charles went to Wales, when Charles went to Scotland, where there were highly audible boos, where there were also protests. And in a lot of the replay footage, they dubbed the sound or cut parts out. And after the funeral, the Unroyals and the courtiers gave UK broadcasters a few days to limit all of the footage. Cut down all of the footage that they had taken to like an hour or something like that. And they started removing certain parts of the Queen's funeral from circulation. So basically, an attempt to. I covered this all at the time. If you go back to the podcast around the time of the Queen's funeral, like you'll see all this in detail. So basically, an attempt to censor parts of the funeral. And now I've come to understand that the feed from the coronation will all be from the UK. Sorry, from UK broadcasters. Because I think what they realized is that they could not control what the international broadcasters, especially the American broadcasters, did or didn't show. So now all the feed is going to be from them for the coronation. So if you are watching it, please record everything, because some of that footage you may never see it in circulation. If anything that they don't want to be shown ever again happens, we may never see that footage again. Leslie, you said if Meghan do decide to go with her husband, do you think they will let her wear a tiara because it's custom that everyone is supposed to be wearing one? I don't know. To be honest, I hope she doesn't. I think Meghan's aura is her crown, and she will be sitting, if she goes, she will be sitting there amongst a sea of crowns and still be the most queenly in the room. Rochelle, Sky News just reported that England council taxes were going up this year. Yes, I saw that. No money for food and heat, but where are the commoners getting extra money for taxes? Yes. Where are we getting extra money to fund all of this? Yeah, Marina, it just doesn't make any sense. What are they trying to hide? Ginger Lily, I don't understand why the British public is not up in arms about this. This is public money being spent. Why did the royal family get veto power? That's a good question. Um, a question I'm honestly tired of asking at this point because I've been asking it pretty much all my life, questioning this system. So, you know what? Maybe I should be brave. Maybe I should actually bring a hardline royalist onto the podcast and we can have this conversation. The only real answer I have for that question is, well, the propaganda is strong. Because if everybody in the country was doing relatively well, do I think it would still be over the top to do this? Yes, but it wouldn't be as tone deaf. Yes, Marina, Meghan's aura is her crown. Great. Um, on to the next thing. So William did a FaceTime with some school children, and they got a video FaceTime from William. One of the school children actually posted it on their TikTok, and it said that he appeared on a pupil's phone screen while sitting with one of their mothers who works at the hospital that they visited. And he made a joke. He said that that their mother would not win Bake Off during the phone call. Now, I actually, when I first saw this, I was like, okay, that sounds quite horrible to say. To be honest, to be totally fair, when I saw the video, I actually didn't think it was that bad. Like, I genuinely thought that he was just joking around. But I think the reason people get so up in arms now over everything that Williams says, even if it's genuinely a joke, I don't think that he was generally being nasty here at all. But it's because of certain things that he said in the past. I remember on a podcast that he did where I guess they were trying to make him seem more relatable, and he joked about an Uber driver, being frisked outside. He also said that when he was in school, he, had his security guard point lasers in people's eyes so that he would, win football matches. So, unfortunately, when you have said some pretty nasty things in the past, people do often judge you based on those things. However, on this particular occasion, I don't know. I thought it was just a joke. I didn't think it was that bad. Um, well, okay, that was pretty much all I had to say for today. Thank you so much, everyone, for coming along, and I will finish with your comments as usual, and we will call it a day. Thank you so much, everyone. Right. Um, let's see what's in the comment section. Yes, Reba, I think they're trying to erase the abuse that was heaped on Harry and Meghan. And also a lot of the protesting that went on. The protesting against Charles. Faya, only the UK royals are doing such things. Interestingly enough, the Dutch royals are still in the Caribbean. I don't know how long they're going to be there. But they're actually getting a very good reception. The Queen has been seen dancing around, very merry, she's been interacting a lot with the people. Of course, I don't believe that these royals should be doing tours like this anymore, but the people there have generally actually received them very well. And it is a stark contrast to what we saw at Kate and William's tour. Joseph, you said if our faves do attend the clown oration, the clowning, I call it, expect the royal censors to leave their best, overshadowing shots on the cutting room floor. Yes. Catherine, you said, I hope Harry and Meghan will not go. Harry needs to listen to Captain of My Soul on his audio, but just to say no to that foolish mess and stay home. So there's been a lot of leaking in the press, and it's going back and forth between Harry and Meghan are coming to Harry and Meghan are undecided. So I just think it's going to be left up until the day that we find out, or maybe the day before when they fly in. Yeah, Sonia, fact of the matter is that Meghan does not need a tiara. She really doesn't. Oh gosh. Sorry, it's an ad playing in the background. Thank you so much, Arkelian. Thank you for coming. Ginger, William does not get the benefit of the doubt. Maya Angelou said, when someone shows you who they are, believe them. Yeah, I guess. All right. B10 Pal, I will give you the last word of the day. You said thank you, Duchess. Thank you to you all as well for coming. And happy Valentine's Day, everyone. Indeed. Enjoy the rest of your day, everyone. Ciao.
Love's for beginners, ain't no winners. It slips through your fingers. I ain't telling no lies. So F all the drama, F the karma. Just do what you wanna. Promise you got time. Be you and keep looking forward. Don't you look backwards and you'll be fine. Come through and say what you need to. Don't let them put you down. Baby, let me tell you what it feels like. Being independent, no trouble inside. It's like magic, living like a bad bitch. 'Cause baby, you deserve the best in life. Let me tell you what it feels like. Being whose mama, yeah, treat yourself right. It's like magic, living like a bad bitch. 'Cause baby, you deserve the best in life. Come get your future. Know you wanna, she'll never betray ya. She ain't telling no lies. So break the glass ceiling, find your meaning, make truth out of dreaming. Yeah.